talking about these two losses last night. One in a calm manner, the other one I'm very emotional about.
Yeah.
And that you'd think it'd be the Avs. It's not. I'm very calm about that.
Right.
They played great. I'm really torqued about the Nuggets, period. But the rest of the programs, see, we're doing our job. These other guys are just the laziest bums you've ever met.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When we get off at 10, it's for the rest of the day today. You're just going to hear hoops on the station.
Awesome.
And this is, when you ask somebody, what's your favorite day in the sports calendar? For me, it's the opening 11 o'clock window of the first week of the NFL season when I turn on Red Zone. It's my favorite thing. For some people, it's the Masters. For some people, it's the opening of the college football season. Whatever it is for you. This day is always one of the top days for everybody. They take work off. They do all that stuff. My question to you is, and part of this, I think, is CSU and CU both missed the tournament this year, and so there's no local flavor.
Did you see the Rammies lose last night in the NIT?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It doesn't have the same oomph for me as it has in the past. And I think the reason for that is it's so hard for me to follow teams and players that, when the tournament would roll around, you'd want to watch Jimmer Fredette at BYU. You're like, I got to watch BYU. I got to see Jimmer. Or you got to watch John Morant. You've seen this kid out of Murray State. He's really, really good.
And Vic and I can go back, further than that.
But all I'm saying, though, Moj, is like there were things that you looked forward to because you had a quasi-grasp of some teams in this thing. And I feel like it's so hard to follow now that it takes a little bit away from it. Not that I won't be watching. I'll be watching the hell out of it. Mm-hmm. But I do think
it also
takes...
depends on how closely have you watched college basketball.
Sure.
There are players around that I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see AJ DeBonsa from BYU in this tournament. I can't wait to see what Darren Peterson does for Kansas, what Boozer does at Duke. At the same time, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's hard to build teams,
but
you're building individuals, not teams.
Yes, to take this a step further, the other thing it takes away from is when the NIL stuff started coming through, there were haves and have-nots, and then that gap widened. The funny thing on the football side, you still need to have money, but that actually allowed Indiana to be a good football team in which they previously probably couldn't get to this point, right? How many 14, 13 seeds are we going to see win over the next couple of days, given that gap now? Because the last couple of years, there's been few and far between, and that's the entire appeal to me of these first 2 days is which of these unknown darlings are going to be the story of the day. And it's been like chalk the last couple of years, these first couple of days.
How do I put this? I don't know what I don't know about these teams and these players. I guess number one is because I'm just so busy in my own life. And I don't have time to really, study and watch like I used to. But also over time, I've just lost interest in really learning about, I used to be able to, Vic, back in the day, I could tell you the 10 best teams in the ACC, no problem. I could tell you that, I did college basketball for crying out loud. I could do, all the A10, I could go through the top 3 teams and say, this guy's a player. This is back in the day. Now I can't do jack squat anymore.
But let me just tell you, Moj, I lived in a town where it was all college sports all the time. I didn't know jack squat about 90% of the teams in the NCAA tournament. That didn't take away my joy from watching it. My question is, can Florida Gulf Coast happen again in this era of college athletics?
I don't know that it can. I think everybody's getting some money, Vic, but the big guns have all the money.
So wait a minute. What exactly is your point? What are you getting at? Are you not going to watch games?
No, I said I'm going to watch the hell out of it. What I told you was the excitement level I have now is much less than it was in previous years because of, I think you're going to see a lack of the upsets, which is the entire reason I love the first Thursday, Friday of this tournament.
All right, so it's not the appointment television it once was for you. Is that what you're saying? Because there's no...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Well, let's see it play out. Let's see if there are any of those Cinderellas that you speak of. Let's see. Who would qualify? Did you guys watch? Did you see what Miami of Ohio did last night? Everybody expected Miami of Ohio to fall flat on its face against a legit team, right, SMU,
Yeah.
well, they beat them. So that goes against your theory there already. Game 1, which was a play-in game.
Yeah, it's playing. I mean,
So what?
well, what I'm looking for, Vic, like,
I sort of disagree with your theory. I think smaller schools still have a chance. I think smaller schools have something that bigger schools do not. Smaller schools, a lot of them, they've got teams that have been together longer.
that's
a little
true.
more chemistry.
I guess we'll see. It certainly the last couple of years, it hasn't felt the same as far as upsets early in the tournament. Hasn't felt that way. Now again, I will be watching. Trust me, I will be watching all of this because I still think it's an amazing thing that comes around every single year. I have a fear that gap now between these teams is so vast that it's almost impossible to overcome for some of them, at least for an extended stretch. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Textures 303-504-0925. You tell me. Do I feel, is the way I feel the way you feel?
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I wasn't flying to Chicago today, I'd still be at the Buffalo Rose with a cold one in my hand and a burger in the other and playing this silly Papa Shot. This is Vic, you ought to see this Papa Shot they rolled in.
Oh, wait, is that like ours forever?
I don't know.
Where did they put it?
It's literally in the middle of the common area.
Common area. Yeah, it's just sitting over there by an office.
Yeah, I saw the picture, Nelly, but I mean, I didn't know where it was
I like all the
placed.
flashing lights and, you know, the wall comes up and the balls drop down to you and you start going to town, right? And the digital and all that.
So somebody bought a Papa Shot and brought it here for the
I
tournament?
mean, I play it. Yeah, I play.
Why don't, whoever that somebody is, why don't you just buy my simulator? Bring it to the station, and I'm sure these guys would rather have a simulator. Buy it. Damn it. Buy my simulator. I demand that the station buys my simulator.
Something's going on here. Hey, somebody mentioned, is this true? You help me out because I don't know. Is like yesterday or today, is it one of the biggest days of the year to get a vasectomy so the guys can just sit around?
I get one every year.
Hey, Doc, I'm back. Vic,
Yeah, but
we've been over this. We don't have to do this anymore.
Yeah, cut me anyway, Lou. Cut me.
Wait, are you doing the Michael Scott from The Office? You get the vasectomy, then you get it reversed, and then you get the vasectomy. Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
Sir, we've seen you 7 consecutive years according to our records. Yeah, it didn't take.
Just really want to be sure on this. Please.
Yeah, but I mean, you sit around all weekend just watching hoops, right, with the bag of frozen peas?
True story.
Is that true? I mean, I don't know.
Let me give you a true story.
Okay, true story. Here we go.
True story. I did undergo that procedure during the NCAA tournament many years ago. I did. What I didn't do, what I failed to do, is the follow-up portion of the procedure, which led to our third child.
Okay,
There's
so
a follow-up.
You have to have a follow-up to this?
Yeah, there's a follow. You undergo the procedure, and then there's a follow-up to see if it worked. I neglected the follow-up. Third child arrived. Therefore, I'm making up for lost. I'm going to do it every year now, even though I cannot have children anymore.
So you do it just for fun now. I mean, it's an enjoyable task.
It's part of the tradition.
Okay.
It's a tradition unlike any other.
It's part of the tradition. Every year, I got to
that's
tell you,
funny.
Selection Sunday comes along, and I schedule my appointment for 4 days out. All right, let's get to another matchup here in the Brett region of the drop tournament.
Why does it make me giggle? I'm an idiot.
5 versus 12. The 5 seed is...
These guys, this Neko, they finished with my dreams, okay? And this place, American Airlines, the Mavericks, this was my safe place. And now I have nothing. Basically, they screw up the best sport thing in Dallas. I'm so sad, man, for real.
That guy, I felt so bad. He was so awesome. I felt so
It's my
bad for
spirit
him, though.
animal.
Yeah. He's like, that's when Luka got traded, right?
The second video that we want to play on the air, but we can't, is
It's
even better.
I mean, he's like, I think I'm going to go kill my... You're like, no, don't.
He said that, and then everybody goes, no. And then his response was, yes.
Unbelievable.
That goes against the 12 seed, which is...
Are you guys inquiring as to why you were told that, or inquiring as to what happened in that situation, why they went back a minute and a half later and threw the flag?
Yeah, we asked on all of that. We asked on all of it, and I can't tell you any of that.
But it was an official that told you it came from New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why that's so funny.
That was
It was a game. I don't even remember what happened. The Lions lost in some controversial call.
and Campbell was beside himself, as you can tell.
It's the depressed right there.
Yeah.
And then I also found this stashed away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So perfect.
That is good.
Oh. All right, so you vote what moves on. If you want to see the 5 seed move on, you text nothing.
I have nothing.
You want to see the 12 seed move on, you text yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I want to.
So those to
I wanna
303-504-0925.
I want to find that Mavericks fan.
That's the best one.
I want to find him and just see how he's doing. I want to buy him a brewski and just say, "You okay, buddy?"
Yep.
You know, I might. I'm not slated to go to one of these places today where they're watching the games, but I am so. I don't know what the word is. I'm so confused. My brain with what happened last night.
I know.
That I might need some pops.
And now I have nothing.
Can I give you more of what I think is the most accurate news conference ever?
Yeah, we'll get to that in just
Perfect.
a second. Jeff Legwald at 8:20. Stick around.
It's perfect weather next couple days. I mean, can you ask for anything better? You're going to be walking around, jogging around, whatever. When you're out and about, pay attention to some of the lawns in your neighborhood. The plugs, the aeration plugs. I want you to check the size of those plugs. Yes, because when it comes to aeration, size does matter. That's why Mile High Aeration does it the right way. They use machines that pull a much deeper plug. And it matters, especially in a drought year like this year. It matters how deep that plug is for your lawn come midsummer. Mile High uses earth carpet golf course grass. They use that to overseed, so it comes out green, green, green every year. They're the best in the business. Trust me, they're all over the place. Use them. 303-778-1000. That's 303-778-1000. Or check them out online, milehighservices.com.
I just realized that Moj does a really good impression of the guy who's in the B52s.
Yeah, pretty good. Couple things.
Would you like to show the audience your talent?
No, I'm going to pass. But
Okay,
thanks,
gotcha.
Brett. I appreciate that. Hey, real quick, as we get back to this Avalanche game from last night, I'm not even frustrated. In fact, I'm more happy than anything because they did so many things correctly. They responded from that stupid Pittsburgh game. They responded so well last night.
Yeah.
And Dallas is very, very good. Here's Dallas' shots on goal. 2-7-5-4. Here's the Avs. 6-15-10-3. If you look at the data was very good. And I had so many negative Nellies. No offense, Nelly. I had so many negative Nellies on the feeds last night.
Negative, Steve.
People just, they want to throw everybody under the bus. I understand human emotion can sometimes get the best of you.
Negative is relative. We're negative about the Nuggets. You don't seem to have any problems with that.
But we have reason to be. These two teams are in completely different positions.
But I'm just saying, you could paint an optimistic picture for anything if you really wanted to.
Okay, well, let me say this, Vic. If the Avalanche play the game, not with the Nuggets, I can't. If the Avalanche,
well, listen, hey, if you're not truthful about the Nuggets today, then I can't take you seriously.
This is all truth serum today, and this is my truth serum. If the Avalanche play that game that they played last night on these 4 games on the road, they're going to win every single one of them.
Well, in
fact, you play that game, you win 94 out of 100 games.
I agree.
Here's what's funny is that I was just talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about the Nuggets, and I was just like, I don't got that feeling. I just don't got it. Like they don't have whatever that it is that they've had before.
They haven't inspired you to find that feeling. And it starts with them. It's not you.
No, I agree.
Everybody seems to think, well, you got to believe. No, it's not up to me. It's not up to you. It's up to them to make you believe.
It starts with me.
So talking about that, and he goes, yeah, I feel the same way. He goes, I also feel that way with the Avs. And I was like, I don't at all. Yeah. Like, I don't feel that way at all. I think the Avs got it. Like, they've had a rough patch here and there. Like, look, the pre-Olympic break, that 2 weeks or whatever, Moj, was pretty bad, but that was just them. I think they just geared down.
Well, you know what I noticed.
They lost Landy and Taves, and they geared down. Absolutely.
The thing that impressed me last night that I liked out of the Avs was all those defensive breakdowns we saw in the Pittsburgh game, some of the inefficiencies we saw, the communication problems. They didn't have any of that last night.
Zero.
They were sound.
They were really good.
Sound on that end of the ice. It felt like a playoff game, and they acted like it was a playoff game. And that was great to see.
It was refereed like a playoff game, too. Like,
it was.
It was going to take a lot. I mean, Kiviranta takes a stick to the face. He's got blood on the bench. They're putting a towel to his face. No call.
Parker Kelly, the hockey player. Riker is the president of the Parker Kelly fan club. Johnny's the VP. I guess I'm the treasurer. Kyle's the sergeant at arms.
I love me some Parker,
Parker Kelly got jacked up last night. that Ma went into some tough areas. That Ma wasn't even, let's say he wasn't in a tough area. He still got jacked up. He sought out contact. He received contact. That was a big boy. I know this sounds like it's condescending, but that was a big boy hockey game last night,
yes.
Bros. It was that. A couple things here, Vic, though. People, when you lose to your rival, the Dallas Stars, and they beat you in a shootout, and Wyatt Johnston, I mentioned him yesterday. How good was his shootout goal?
Mm-hmm. He picked the spot and went right at it, didn't mess around.
Dude, last 2 shootouts, Wedgie's been unbeatable. Guy's got an unbelievable release. But people, they don't want to hear anything positive after a loss. They'd rather be miserable than whatever. I'm telling you right now, the way they played last night, the shots on goal, the way they defended, the way Wedgie played, the mentally into the game, physically into the game, they were all of that. Ottinger was brilliant, but you give me a 7-game series of that, you're going to move on. It's all good. Number 2, Vic, and maybe this is what Vic needs to get through his head in regards to the text line. So some of these people are responding to me. Now, I had to block one person, and somebody said, I can see why people hate Moser. I'm like, because I block an idiot?
I can see why people hate you.
I'm going to have a new rule in life. If I can't meet you in person to ascertain your level of competence as a human being, your overall demeanor, your capacity, then I'm not going to engage with you. Because what I picture some of these people last night are like, it's like somebody on the street corner shouting at a post, yet they've been given a platform that makes them as relevant as anything on the planet. You know what I mean? It's just I'm not doing it anymore. I know what I know. I know what I saw, and it's the truth.
If you can't discern the differences between the Pittsburgh loss and the loss last night, then there's no help for you. And I get it. Results are results. This is what Bednar said about results after the game, by the way.
I mean, I watch our team play like that, and I have, very little issues with the way we played. And I've said it all along, I'm not going to judge your team on results only. I think that's a losing battle. I think you play like that, and good things will happen.
You play a game like that and you lose, I get it. You're disappointed by the final result, but you live with the way that you played. If you've played competitive sports at all in your life, there are times in which you have played well and the other guy was just better. That's a lot easier to stomach than what happened against Pittsburgh a couple of nights ago, where you just played like ass and you got punished for it.
You know, one deduction I can make from watching that game last night, Wedgie's your number one goalie.
Bednar kind of hinted at. We asked him that yesterday. He said this is not set in stone, that they're still going to give some reps to everybody.
He's the guy.
But he said something before the game. Here's the quote. He played fantastic in Dallas, got us a win, won 5 straight. He's the guy to go with right now, in my opinion. That's what he said.
And here's the point of that. The time for look, and Blackwood is beyond competent. Don't get me wrong. You have to go, if you're the coach, with who gives you the best chance that night. Period. End of story. That's it.
You know, and now
it can change, it can fluctuate, but Vic, that's what you have to go with, especially when the postseason starts.
Moj, this, and I'm not saying losing is ever a gift, but the gift that this does give you is, it's pretty simple now. You have a 2-point cushion with a game in hand. Every single game and point matters.
Yeah.
If you want that number 1 seed, it matters. No more messing. You can't overlook anybody. Can't make excuses about anything.
Nope.
It's the same situation that the Nuggets have been in. You know, you have a tough draw, a road game in Memphis with no. Every point, every game matters from here on out. How many games left for the Avs?
They've played.
It's a 15.
63. No, it's 57 and 10, 67. So they got 15. Yeah.
15 games.
Good job, Brett.
Oh, that took a while.
Well, I'm not good at the math, okay?
Yeah.
So just
Chicago. All right, Chicago. It matters. 2 points, they matter. Every one of them. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I think we all understand, you play Dallas in the playoffs. Those are the 2 best teams. I want that 7th game at home. Every game matters if you want that 7th game at home.
Here's the difference of what is coming for both of these teams. The nice part about where the Avs are at, so you got a 2-point lead right now with a game in hand on Dallas. And I know this is a road trip here, Moj, but Chicago, Washington, Pittsburgh, Winnipeg, Calgary, Vancouver. That is a pretty ideal stretch to go on right now.
The strength of schedule for the Avs down the stretch compared to the strength of schedule for the Stars is way better.
I was just going to say, their next 2 games is at Minnesota on Saturday, and then back-to-back against Vegas.
Yeah,
night after.
If you're the Avalanche, Vic, Brett, if you don't go to Chicago and waste them tomorrow night, it's going now. Then I'll be disappointed.
Then you're concerned.
Then I'm turning. On Saturday morning we don't have a show. Yeah. I'm turning the machine on and I'm jumping on the airwaves.
Yeah.
and I'm flaming mad. You know, Minnesota just went to Chicago and won in overtime 2 nights ago. So nothing is guaranteed in this league. But if you're the Avalanche, you play that game last night against the Chicago Blackhawks, even in their joint, you're winning 6-1 at the worst. I'm telling you, I'm not glossing anything.
I believe
over.
you, dude.
I'm not.
I believe
glazing or what do you call it?
Glazing.
I'm not glazing anything. It's the damn truth. Did you see what Nashville did 2 nights ago against Winnipeg?
What did they do?
Hellebuck. They won 4-3 in a shootout. The Predators did in Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
Hellebuck couldn't stop a beach ball again. His save percentage was 870.
So he was no longer a walrus.
Dude.
Why does he?
Because it's the Avs, dude. Because he's very good, and when he's properly motivated, he's still that guy. But the Rangers come in there, they're completely out of it. And he can't, I mean, it's like he's got 2 glove hands. You know, it's the Predators go in there, the bunch of dudes,
Dude,
and what?
Speaking of, sorry, it just
and he
hit
can't
me.
stop anything. He put 20 shots on him. He can't stop anything.
The one goal that Robertson scored last night, that the Stars scored, that was almost a Hellebuckian save by Wedgwood with his stick. Brought it back across his body and got a piece of it. Just couldn't get all of it.
You find me a
late in
goalie in
the
the
game-
league, Vic, that when it goes off the post behind you, I mean, come on,
when
man.
that power play shot went off the post behind Ottinger, I wrote it up to, hey, it's one of those nights. It's, you know, and I hated it early in the season when you brought up the term goalied. Remember I said you can never use that term again? But I can. The Avs got goalied.
As we move on in the Brett region of our drop tournament, again, each segment at the end, you vote to what's moving on. 4 versus 13. The 4 seed is... What are you doing with your spirit fingers? Is that what you're doing here?
Spirit fingers? Yeah, that's what they were. Spirit fingers.
Yeah, not with your inbred bunion thumbs. Yeah. Nobody's ever had spirit fingers like that.
You know, you were really mean to him that day. Dude, you were so mean to him about his thumbs.
I was.
I mean, not that they're not totally malfunctioned. They are. But you pointed it out pretty substantially.
Why do you accentuate my disabilities?
Because I was born with a disability. I'm pale, I'm redheaded,
Hey,
I'm
Vic,
freckled.
we have we have more and more people come to the show every day, new people who maybe have never seen your thumbs. Can you just flash it for the camera
Let's see
real
those
quick?
90-degree angles.
Look
at
at
those.
that. Oh,
They're
my
ridiculous
God. Look
thumbs.
at that.
No,
Would
the
you
back.
prefer-
When you turn them this way.
No, yeah, turn
No,
the
hang
other
on.
way. Turn
Turn
the
them
other
this
way.
This way's worse.
Wait, which way? This way?
Yeah, turn it. No, the back. Let me see the back of your hands. Like that
Oh,
angle's
God.
even worse.
Hey, mamma mia.
It does allow me to palm a basketball.
You look like a bat. Okay, go ahead.
That goes against the 13 seed, which is...
It sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God. We were never supposed to be in this position, but by the glory of God, the great coaches, great teammates, everyone we have around us, we were able to pull this off. Whoever thought the Hoosiers would be here, but now the Hoosiers are flipping champs. Let's go.
All right, I'm going to say something right now about Fernando Mendoza. He might be a really talented quarterback who's going number 1 overall. I'm not believing that voice is winning anything in the NFL. It's just a whole bunch of guys coming together and playing well.
We were never supposed to be in this position.
The coaches are so good. I can't. That's not
Dude,
a leader of my team.
Can you
Sorry.
imagine if Mendoza married Femke Bowl? Oh, my God. Nelly, do you have Femke real quick?
Yeah.
Like, put her against Mendoza. That would be amazing.
Dude, think about their wedding. The exchanging of the vows. I just want to say I love you so much and all glory to God for bringing you into my life. I love you. I love you too so much. All right, so for what moves on, if you want the 4 seed to move on, you text thumbs. Thumbs to 303. Inbred bunion thumbs. 303-504-0925. If you want the 13 seed to move on, you text position.
We were never supposed to be in this position.
So there you go. We'll have a brand new slate at the end of next segment, as well as Jeff Legwald. Stick around. All right, let's head out to the Ramos Law Hotline. Car accident, you need Ramos Law, medical doctor and attorney, ramoslaw.com, as we're joined, as we are every Thursday, by Jeff Legwald of ESPN.com. Hello, Leggy.
Morning, fellas.
Why do you come onto this show all smiling like Mona Lisa? What do you got going on?
Because he's a happy person, unlike the two guys I work with.
He's got something going.
I'm always ready. I'm always ready for the day, Mo. Come on.
I think you got something going on.
Hey, are you honored to know, Leggy, at some point, Nelly told me you are a participant in our drop tournament. Do you know that?
He just told me that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Does he know?
It doesn't shock me.
Has he put together have you picked 5 teams or no?
Oh, no.
Drop
he's got a drop in our tournament. Yeah.
You're doing the radio thing now.
At some point, that's going to be on
I was going to say, Jeff, all the years you've been on this program, I don't think you've ever said anything stupid. You got a really good track record, but that was a good one right there.
No, I've got plenty of stupid on my list.
I got stupid. Let me start this.
Go ahead.
I got stupid. and this is more of a media qualm than anything else. These Zoom press conferences that are now being held in sports, especially, the Broncos love doing them.
No.
I know I'm preaching to the choir here, Jeff.
Yeah, no, you're really gonna.
I know.
Limit your Super Bowl chances if you let a guy hold up a jersey.
I know. I listened to the Waddle one, and I think Waddle's great and tremendous. But doing these Zoom press conferences is the biggest waste of time and the biggest joke and the biggest affront to what we try to do in this business. And the fact that these continue is, I don't know what to say. I don't participate in them because they're dumb. They're dumb. What is your, have you talked to anybody about this? Why do we still do these?
I've talked more than anyone else in the local market. This is one of my hills I will charge up every time. So, but yeah, it's more of a Sean Payton result of he likes doing it. He doesn't want to do in person on Mondays. So he does it that way. So that's how they do. And the only reason they did Waddle is because it was a trade and it was significant and people were going bananas to get something. I mean, they haven't done anything with a free agent they've signed in the Sean Payton era. I remember, Mike McGlinchey told me he had bought a suit for the press conference that never was. So, so there you go. I don't get it, but that's, they don't really ask me my opinion.
And I know there are a lot of listeners out there. There are a lot of listeners
care.
like,
they
don't care. They're like, big deal. But I'm telling you, it matters. It matters. You may not think it matters.
I will say the players would prefer a moment.
Sure.
When they sign or are traded, when they arrive. That's a great, be your best moment. Other than like if you win a Super Bowl with a team, that's a big moment. A lot of guys are just signing their first real mega deal. Why not celebrate that? Let him bring his family and sit in the front row and take pictures and take a tour of the facility and all those things. But, again, I'm just one guy, but I fight for it all the time. I prefer in person. I don't think anything should be Zoom. But, I text with one finger, too, so I'm not exactly a techno marvel.
Jeff Legwald joining us on the Ramos Law Hotline, and all conversations with Leggy are brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW Local 68. Start with a job, end with a career. So to the Waddle acquisition, we've talked about on this show, like, what do you define as a number one wide receiver and what entails that and all that stuff? Like, when it comes to Waddle and Sutton, the nice thing is they're two completely different wideouts with different skill sets that you have to worry about. But ideally, 17 games, he stays healthy. What do you think the target number looks like for Jalen Waddle? Does he get 6 a game? What do you see in the distribution between the wideouts now, and specifically him and Sutton?
Well, he played a different offense in Miami for a little different, but they ran the ball a lot in that offense. And for several of the years, he had Tyreek Hill in the lineup, and his lowest target total in Miami was 83. So that's his lowest. And I think he was at least 100 in every other season. So he's a high volume player. It's just, how often are the Broncos going to throw the ball? Where's it going to go? I don't think you worry about the targets more than what it does. If he's not getting the ball, this guy will still impact every single thing a defense does on a pass play. You can't push Cortland to the boundary anymore and just gang up on him. I mean, look at Sutton's targets the last 2 games of the regular season and in the playoffs. People were punishing the Broncos because they didn't have options to go away from him. That's not the case now. This is a high volume player who is a high end route runner. Like, he doesn't have a route where a defense can say, hey, he doesn't do that as well as he does the other 3. Now, this is a high end route runner. Very meticulous. He's in the right spots. It will take about a third of a practice for Bo Nix to realize he can be confident putting the ball toward him on any route because he's going to be where Bo expects him to be.
Well, if you look at those number of targets around these parts the last decade, that'd get you a statue out in front of the dang stadium. I mean, that would be awesome. That being said, they still have some work to do, and I know that you've been on the tight ends for quite some time. Is that solvable in the draft at all, and do they have another move coming their way?
Well, another move will take some, they're kind of squished against the salary cap a little bit. They're trying to position for next year and all those things. So a move would require some bookkeeping. And I'm not sure there's a player at that position I would think is worthy of a significant move, especially surrendering draft picks. I mean, they went from 9 picks to 7 in the Waddle deal. So I don't think you want to go much lower than that when now you have a roster full of large signed extensions and Bo Nix's contract is coming at some point. You're going to need a lot of draft picks and a lot of young players coming in, or you're going to have a big salary cap problem. So I think any deals that require them to surrender picks are not a great idea for them right now. And there are tight ends in the draft they can find and have some immediate impact. As a receiver, that huge impact, you might have to move up in the second round to find a little of that. But one of the reasons sort of the draft pick total the Dolphins got in the Waddle deal was a little higher than a lot of people in the league thought was okay was the Broncos did not want to surrender any 2027 picks. They have a lot of picks in that draft. And right now, I mean, anything can change, but right now that draft projects to be pretty awesome days 1 through 3. So that was some of the reason they gave up a little more this year on the board to get Waddle.
Can I ask you about the future of Marvin Mims? What does this mean to Mims? Because I don't understand why Mims wasn't embraced more in this offense because he's the same size as Waddle. I understand he's not as proven as Waddle. I get it. But we've seen him on the field in key situations, and he thrives. What do you do with him?
I don't know. I'd sure like to see Mims with 100 targets and see what that looks like.
Yeah.
We may be talking about the same numbers, frankly. People can disagree with my draft evaluation, but I have thought Marvin Mims was an impact player from the moment he walked in. And it's been one of the biggest. I've had a lot of questions over the years in my time as a beat writer, but why Mims can't break through is one of the biggest I've ever had here in terms of personnel usage.
Is it blocking?
I've asked everybody. I've never gotten an answer that's really says it all. I don't get it. I probably will never get it, but I think this impacts his snaps the most. I'm going to be intrigued to see how they do this. I mean, they made this move. This is kind of, button heads with yourself on this. They've used 4 draft picks in the last 3 drafts on wide receivers, And then they make their most significant trade since Russell Wilson on a wide receiver. So now you've done both things. You invested huge in the draft and you've made a significant trade at the position. So they're either saying they didn't get it right or didn't get enough or should have drafted, more. I don't know, but they are sort of, stacking on top of themselves, and the young players they picked in the draft are going to have their snaps cut because Jalen Waddle's going to play, and he's going to play a lot.
Just to follow up on that, when you make a move like this is pushing your chips to the middle of the table. Was this something in your estimation that, we talked to Luka Evans of the Post yesterday, and he had an article where he heard that the Broncos had a hard cap on numbers for guys in free agency. It was $10 million a year for a running back. They were not willing to go higher. It was $6 million a year for a tight end. They were not willing to go higher. Is that because they knew something like this was going to happen, do you think? Is that why? No? Okay.
No. That's their numbers. They approach the draft the same way. There's a height, weight, speed parameter on all positions on their draft board. That's they will divert from in rare cases, but for the most part, they live by the metrics they've studied. And they didn't just pick those numbers. They've got a pretty high-end analytics department that has looked at decades worth of information about how much you should pay each position compared to the output you get. Again, there would always be an outlier, but that's why they got out of the Shane. Travis, we called him ATN for years until he finally told people how to say his name, but that's why they got out of that bidding. It went beyond that. They were out. They exited the process.
I just got word, by the way, we're talking about Marvin Mims, and I can't wait to talk to him. He will be our pregame host prior to the Nuggets game Sunday at Ball Arena.
Cool.
And I'm interested in hearing from him what he thinks about his future in Denver. Because if I'm Marvin Mims, I'm like, what the hell's going on?
He's the best returner if it's up to the Broncos, they want the best returner in football on their team. But I like Marvin, and I would like to see one season where Marvin Mims gets 100 targets, and let's see what that looks like. Yeah. But you're not going to see that here. But frankly, honestly, the best offenses don't spend a lot of time with that discussion. The best teams don't spend a lot of time. I mean, the Bengals have Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase, and I always hear how awesome it would be to have those three guys. But we don't see them in the playoffs because they constructed their team improperly. And, Marvin Mims will be on a very good team with the Broncos, and they're going to need him at some point in the season. But this does impact him. It impacts Pat Bryant, and it impacts Troy Franklin. But they're going to run, they were already one of the high-use teams for 3 wide last year, and this will only up the percentage.
Well, they're a better team. They're a better team today. It's a better offense.
That's what I mean. The good teams, the really good teams don't worry about who's WR1.
Yeah, I agree.
And who's getting the targets. That's just not a discussion on the good teams. And it could be old thinking, like go paint your cave, Legwald, but I think when you're spending a lot of time talking about a team and you're talking about who's getting targets and who's getting carry, that's fantasy football stuff, but the good teams internally don't really worry about that. Yeah. They worry about when you get the ball, produce. When you're on the field, produce. That's what they worry about.
Just quickly here, Travis Etienne's name is actually Achan.
Achan, yeah.
Do you think that Achan from Miami's name is actually Etienne?
Yeah, maybe that might be worth checking out. But
maybe that's why they got
this hits home with me because I always ask guys many times how to say it, how to spell it. It's one of my big things because I just remember when I first started, if you messed up a kid's name in a high school football story, the family never forgot it.
Right.
So, I mean, it always became the biggest thing to me. And it's amazing to me that he said he kept correcting people at Clemson.
And then just gave up.
It didn't, and they just gave up. And like, all right. And I just can't imagine that you let people mispronounce your name for years because you just got sick of telling them the right way.
Hang
Jeff,
on.
we called Brett Gregg for the first 2 weeks.
There's no way.
Air.
You did that. You did.
We didn't know his name.
So you've called me a lot of things over the years, but
Leggy, because you're featured in this drop tournament and this matchup's coming up, do you want to stick around and hear your opponent in this?
No, I just go week to week. I don't worry about my opponents. I worry about myself. Nobody's a bigger critic than I am.
Well, you're gonna hear this matchup live, and then
I
people are gonna vote.
take it one day at a time. I rise and grind.
Yes.
I do a lot of these things.
Oh,
I'm where my feet are.
Yeah. All
okay,
of that.
good talk.
No,
Go paint your cave, Legwald.
Yeah, you know what? I just found he told me he's not gonna be able to hear this anyway. So Legwald, we'll let you know the results afterwards.
Yeah, I pursue victory.
Of course.
I'm out to pursue victory.
Yes. Leggy, you're the best. Talk to you next week.
Thanks, fellas. See ya.
Jeff Legwald, ESPN.com. Now, to that matchup in the Brett region of our drop tournament. The 6th seed is...
Coach, it was reported that quarterback Nix was hanging out your quarterback.
It wasn't reported. I stated it 3 days ago. Gosh, your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen, Bo Nix, if you were here 2 days ago.
Your own little internet shows are driving you crazy.
Your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen.
That goes against the 11 seed, which is...
Of all the players that I've ever negotiated with, Michael Parson is as savvy and knowledgeable and understanding of his financial business relative to football as any player I've ever been around. I firmly made a commitment to Michael this spring. Micah.
Would like to try to figure this out.
Did I talk to Michael?
Micah.
I mean, how many times are you going to do it?
That's just enough.
So if you want the 6th seed to move on, you text internet.
Your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen.
If you want the 11 seed to move on, you text Michael.
Did I talk to Michael?
Micah.
So 303-504-0925, internet or Michael. We'll see what moves on back after this. Oh, by the way, stories from around sports in the world we feel like you should be aware of. A reminder to you guys first that the Not Another Bracket Challenge at altitudesportsradio.com/notabracket. You can win dinner for two tickets and a catered suite to the first Nuggets home playoff game, and an autographed Jokic jersey. All you have to do is pick 5 teams and you're entered. It's all presented by Groove Toyota. Start here, go anywhere on Broadway in Inglewood or online at groovetoyota.com. But go to altitudesportsradio.com/notabracket to enter now. The deadline is in an hour and 15 minutes. So get on it.
I did it last night, Vic. I picked a lot of chalk. It's just the way I roll. Hey, I want to start things out here because this lady's onto something. It has nothing to do with sports, but I'm fascinated because I'm a curious human. A lady at a Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare Hospital, she's being sued by the hospital because she got discharged from the hospital last October and she won't leave. She's been in the hospital room for 5 months and she won't leave.
What does that mean, you won't leave?
What are they going to do? Pick her up and throw her on the street? They're trying to evict her, and they're suing her. But she won't leave the hospital room.
Nice place. Hey, man, these new hospitals are really nice. They built one right here by our house.
Yeah.
And my mom was there a few weeks ago. I wanted to hang out for a while.
I can't do the food there, though. The food is just a
Oh,
disaster.
the food was scrumptious.
Look, when baby Boval was born, you get like the room service, I don't know, is it 2 times a day, 3 times a day for free? They're just like, yeah, we'll bring you up food. I ordered food. Every time I was like, yeah, not for me.
Yeah. You can go down to the commissary and get a burger or something.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Hey, real quick though, because it's the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act. Hospitals that give Medicare funds, they are required by law to provide treatment that stabilizes anyone coming to the emergency department with a medical condition. Okay, fine, but she's been there 5 months. They're like,
I think you're stable.
They're like, you had a hangnail. You got to go, and she won't go. Anyway, go ahead.
Ow!
Ow!
Hey, if you guys are really excited about the NHL changing their playoff format, well, I got news for you. It's going nowhere. Gary Bettman yesterday, after repeated calls from everybody who enjoys the sport of hockey to change this stupid format, he said this: it gives us a sensational first round, probably the best playoff first round in any sport. It's not going anywhere, and it's all because Bettman
Why
said
is he so stubborn?
Vic, because he thinks more eyeballs are on his sport sooner. And
What is wrong with you?
He may not be wrong. I mean, when you have a really good first-round matchup between 2 teams that, could be like last year, the Avs and the Stars were 2 of the top 5 teams in the league. Avs lost in Game 7 on the Stars' home ice in that third period. And it was very compelling, that entire series. That being said, man, yeah, teams get knocked out, but you shouldn't mandate and force teams to have to be bounced. It doesn't make sense to me.
Here's what I don't get,
I would go 1 through. I would have the top 6 winners of their divisions be seeded 1 through 6, and then I would do 7 through 16. I would go 1 through 16 in the playoffs.
So, listen, best playoff first round in sports. I got news for him. Hockey's playoff atmosphere is as good as it gets no matter who's playing who. And I'll give you an example. Vic, did it take away from anything at all when the Rams played the Carolina Panthers in the wild card round last year? It was a sensational game.
Came down to the final series.
It didn't matter if they hated each other or not. It was a great game. That's all you care about.
Agreed. Let the games dictate what we like.
Yes, exactly.
Not the matchups. Let the games. Sometimes the games have to go where you want to go, not the matchups.
Vic, I said last night, I said that and again, there's only one opinion that matters, and you heard from the commissioner. But any system that mandates that one of your best teams in the league is forced out in round 2 is a flawed system. That's it.
Oh, by the way, this is my nightmare. We all know our lovely airport here in Denver that is not actually in Denver. is very strange in the fact that if you want to get to your terminal, you have to take transportation. There is no walking there. But what happens when the power goes out in an airport? Did
my
you
brother
guys
was there.
see DIA yesterday where those trains are? That is a nightmare.
Yeah.
It looks like Lollapalooza.
How do they not have backup generators?
That's what I'm on. It's like one of the biggest airports in the country. And there's nothing to back things up in case power goes out. And this is what I'm saying. Like, all this construction going on there. You can't put some sort of walkway. Like, it might take a minute to get to these terminals, but at least you have a way to get there. Nothing? Really?
You know, if you complain about the airport, you hear from people saying, you complain too much. It's a world-class international airport. So, I'm done complaining. I'm spoiled because I lived here when the airport was in the middle of the city and it was easy access. But I understand we outgrew that airport. We needed something bigger.
I mean,
was that old airport Stapleton?
Right? Well, you know what the tower is? The tower is still there.
Well, my buddy of mine owns that place. He has a bar there now.
Oh, that's right.
He
owns the airport?
The old airport, yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Tell them to build a new airport at the old airport.
No, Brett, but you're not going to believe this. But there were runways on the other side of 70. So planes would actually taxi over the freeway to get to the other side. I know landing at Stapleton was awesome. I'm just going to say that. Hey, bottom line though, why is it why can't you criticize the airport? Why do people get so mad?
It's so much more different. Hang on. This, I think, is way different than, oh, my flight to Paris got delayed. Like, people don't want to hear that. Like, I'm going on a nice trip and we're delayed by a couple hours. This is death.
Okay. Let me give you my simple criticism of the airport. And it's not a criticism necessarily of the airport design or any of that. We have catered our airport for international. It's an international hub, which I understand. You're going to have a lot of people use the airport. They're going to fly through the airport. They're moving internationally. They're moving to other cities. My problem is I don't care about those people. I care about Denver.
Yeah.
And I care about the fact that you have to drive so damn far to get there. It should cater to us.
Okay.
I don't care about people all over the world. Screw them.
I'm at that
I care about us.
A lot, Vic. Number one, the fact that we paid 350 G's for a death horse is ridiculous. That killed its builder is ridiculous. Yeah. I hate the death horse. Some people love it. I hate it. Number two, they officially began renovations at DIA back in July of 2018. We're almost
just before I got here.
Yeah, we're almost 8 years into this, Ma, and I walked through the main terminal. There's still wires hanging from the ceiling. There's plywood all around. I'm like, it's been 8 years, bro. We're not building the Brooklyn Bridge. What the hell are we doing?
Quickly here, one other thing. Oh, by the way,
I'm done now.
Detroit's having this magical season in the Eastern Conference. The Pistons have led that for a majority of the year. They're 49-19. Well, they just got the news. Their star, Cade Cunningham, has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung and is expected to miss an extended period of time. Now, they have a 3.5 game lead over Boston, but you don't have your star player here towards the end of the year. You don't know when you're going to get him back. They don't even know exactly when it happened. There's speculation. It was in the Washington game. He was kind of falling to the floor, took a knee to like the ribs.
Oof. Yeah.
But a collapsed lung, yuck.
Just blow it back up. What's the big deal? I got a compressor at home. Just stick it down his throat and.
So some key players are missing here down the stretch. Anthony Edwards, missing from Minnesota. Cade Cunningham in Detroit.
Let's get to another matchup here in the drop tournament. It is the Brett region today. The Nelly region will be tomorrow. It is a 3 versus 14. The 3 seed is.
Here's how I'll put it to you. The Mavericks didn't trade Luka to the Lakers. They traded him to the Nuggets. Are you winning a championship?
Yeah.
Are you winning a championship?
Would you be texting that same crap? Championship.
A champ and a chip. It makes sense. That goes against the 14 seed, which is?
Baker Mayfield also did it without his number one wide receiver, Mike Evans. And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka, going for over 100 yards. Emeka Egbuka. I'm getting confused.
I got to be honest. I have that clip stuck in my head so badly, I don't think I'm going to be able to say his name correctly now.
Amika Egbegbu.
It's my favorite outside of
Dear Dazim.
Jock Landale?
No. Outside
Lance Cocktail?
of Zion Williamson trying to say lackadaisical, and he said lackadaisical.
Imika Egbegbu.
That is like my favorite mispronunciation. Amika Egbegbu.
Dear Dazim.
Because he tried to enunciate it. He was still wrong.
Yeah, that right there. So if you want the 3 seed to move on, you text champ. Are
Would
you
you
winning
be
a
saying
champ
that?
and a chip? If you want the 14 seed to move on, you text. What is this?
Gronk. I'm not going to try to make you spell Amika or Egbegbu. Just text Gronk.
Imika Egbegbu.
So there you go. 303-504-0925. Back after this.
Hey, if you're like me, you're not buying, you're keeping. I mean, with the rates and all that business, you're keeping your house, but you're maybe looking to upgrade some things. Maybe the outdoor porch, the patio, the kitchen. Best place to go, Flatirons Fire and Design. They create incredible spaces. Whether it be a fireplace, an outdoor kitchen, a sauna, a pizza oven, you've got it at Flatirons Fire and Design. They come on out and they put it all together for you, no problem. And right now, they're offering Affirm financing. That's no interest for 12 months on qualifying purchases. Upgrade and pay over time. So visit the showroom, 5353 North Bannock off 58th and I-25. Or if you want a firsthand look at what they've got, and they've got a lot, go online. See their showroom online at flatironsfire.com.
has to score to keep it going. McKinnon usually powers down the middle. He swings wide right this time. McKinnon misses the net, and that is it. The Stars get the extra point.
4.5 seconds left here for Denver. Inbound goes to Murray, and from half court. Missed it at the horn. Well, folks, the Denver Nuggets dead tired. They get absolutely crunched in points off of turnovers. But tip of the hat to these young bucks by the Memphis Grizzlies. A bunch of guys you've never heard from before in your lives. Take care of the Denver Nuggets tonight by a final of 125-118.
I love a disgruntled cause sometimes. I don't like it because that means the Nuggets are losing. But bunch of guys you've never heard of. Sounds a lot like Bob Uecker in Major League. Now, Nuggets game, terrible. No excuse for a loss like that. Don't care back-to-back. Don't care early time, 5 o'clock in the morning you got in. I
don't really care.
Memphis doesn't want to win. Now, on the Avs side of things, they also lost, but I have no problems with the way the Avs played. They played a great game.
Somebody sent me a message last night, or responding on the machine. Vic, you ready for this? Man, why have they made Hellebuck and Ottinger look like stupid Hall of Fame goalies?
Because they are.
I didn't respond, but I wanted to say, because they're... Oh, I almost cursed. Because they're Hall of Fame they're going to be in the Hall of Fame. That's why. Sometime, yeah, thanks, Nelly.
Why are the Broncos making Patrick Mahomes look like a Hall of Famer?
Exactly. Oh, it's ridiculous. The Broncos secondary is making Mahomes look like a Hall of Famer.
I feel like I'm better than Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. The game last night, I have zero issue with. Now, look, if they don't take what they did last night and parlay that into a stomping of the Blackhawks tomorrow night, a stomping of the Caps on Sunday afternoon in D.C., revenge tour against Pittsburgh and Winnipeg, then I'm going to be incredibly disappointed. Hellebuck last night, Vic, again, he's got blockers on both hands. I don't know what I'm doing. Or 2 nights ago, I mean, the Preds went in there with dudes and lit him up. Terrible save percentage in that game. And I'm like, hey, man, he just gets up to play the Avs. That being said, they've got to take what they learned last night, how they played. You're going to win 94 out of 100 games playing like that. And the other 6 games, you get goalied, which is what happened. But you give me a 7-game series, I feel really, really good. Somebody also said, Anthony, it's one of your peeps, Vic. This team's been living off its reputation from September through December. They're mid-level now. This is not a mid-level hockey club, bro. I would argue to you, again, Ottinger was brilliant. Last night, dude, you blow away every team in the league. That's how good they were.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, especially defending. They were superb. You lost the game in a shootout. It stinks. 5-on-5, you go till eternity, you win that game. You're not going to convince me otherwise.
I think so, too. They played a really good game. They were solid and disciplined defensively. That was the emphasis. I mean, with 3:55 left in the first period, there was 4 total shots on goal between the two teams. The Avs had 3 of them. I mean, it took that long for Dallas to get their first shot on goal.
I'm watching from the couch. My beautiful wife is making a late dinner in the kitchen. I didn't go last night. And I go, the Avs have it. I go, there's 1 shot on goal. We're halfway through the period. She's like, well, how many does Dallas have? I said, well, none. I said, there's 1. There's 1 shot on goal. The Avs had 6 in the first. Dallas had a couple. And the Avs poured it on from that point on. And their defending was superb. Even on the play that Robertson scored, they got fortunate, did the Dallas Stars. That puck hits, ricochets behind Wedgie, right to the blade of Robertson. But he's a great player. He put himself in that position. He's being checked. His stick's just a little bit longer. And it goes right to him, pops it. And Wedgie still got a piece. That happens sometimes. But overall, that game last night I thought was superb.
This is what makes hockey, it's difficult at times to understand, because in any other sport, if you dominate a team the way the Avs dominated play, and they dominated play, you will win 100 out of 100 times. But in hockey, you can dominate, you can tilt the ice, you can outshoot, you can out-hustle, you can out-playmake, You can out everything and still lose the game. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Vic, it is. There's no other game, stick and ball sport, where that one guy just affects the complete outcome of a contest. I mean, it's certainly not in basketball, not in baseball. I mean, if a guy's mowing you down, Brett, if a guy Skeens throws a 2-hitter in St. Louis and the crowd gives him a standing O, I mean, you got to give him respect, but you know what? You didn't do anything with your bats, right? Last night, I mean, you did a lot, right? A lot.
Is there something?
And maybe that's why people are so frustrated by it, because they realize how well the Avalanche actually played.
Do you guys notice what's been in common the 3 times that Dallas and the Avs have played each other this year?
Yeah, they've gone to a shootout every time.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Texture pointed that out. Didn't even put that together. Every time it's been a shootout.
Wait, you didn't notice this? I mean, it's the first thing that came to mind. I said every game's going to end in a shootout. That's why in the playoffs it's going to end in overtime. And give me that Game 7 here in Denver. That's why ending with more points is so important. I want Game 7 here. Listen, it's destined to come to that. It's going to be a series between these two Titans, and the final game is going to come to overtime, and it's going to happen. And I want it to happen here.
Now,
what's that noise?
Construction. Now, to the Nuggets side of things, highly disappointing.
We have to?
Yeah, I referenced this earlier. This is what the Nuggets feel like to me. It's Logan Roy from Succession.
I love you, but you are not serious people.
I cannot take you seriously if these games happen. Let me give you an example of a team that should be taken seriously and is taken seriously. The Oklahoma City Thunder. Do you take them seriously? Are they a title contender?
Absolutely.
They played Brooklyn last night. You know what the score was at half? Oklahoma City beat the Brooklyn Nets, or were beating them at halftime, 60-24.
Oh, my God.
Because that's what you do when you're a good team playing against a bad team.
Well, it's what the Nuggets did to Philadelphia the night before.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
But that needs to be consistent. That has to be every game. There can't be games like this. And my biggest sort of, the thing that's sticking in my craw the most, that I hate, Jokic, first and foremost, is turning the ball over way too much. He is way too, loosey-goosey, especially early in games. And you mentioned it, Vic. The team takes their cues off of him, and you felt that. The only way that you lose a game to that Memphis Grizzlies team with the roster that you have is if you give a young team confidence by turning the ball over and giving them fast break points going the other way. 27 points off of turnovers for the Memphis Grizzlies last night. 27. That's the only way that a team feels any sort of confidence when they're young and not very good going against a good team.
Let's say it too, Vic. Joker had 10 of his own.
No, and he's averaging 5 a game this month.
He had 10 all by himself. Oh, by the way, the Blackhawks are in Minnesota tonight. They're going back home for the back-to-back. The Avs should waste them. Waste them. Sorry, Vic.
The thing about the Nuggets, though, it's just when you continue to turn the ball over like that, it affects every part of your game. Hey, why are they so bad in late crunch time situations sort of stuff? Why are they blowing games late that are close, within one possession? Turning the ball over doesn't help you, and it hurts you defensively. Like, this is not about, and I'll be clear about this, this has nothing to do with the Nuggets offensively. They're one of the best offensive teams in the league. Hell, they're on pace to almost set a record for most points per game on the road over the course of a season. It's about what you give to the other team that's the problem.
Last night was disappointing for many reasons, but what disappointed me most is, okay, this is a team that takes its tone from its best player, right? The tone of the game, the tone of the team. And I thought early in the game, its best player was more interested in proving a point than winning the game. That's what I saw. I don't know what you guys saw.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, it cost you dearly. Listen, I'm going to speak the truth about this stuff. I'm going to look these guys in the face. I've got to work sidelines tomorrow night, but I can't look at myself in the face if I don't speak the truth on this. They have themselves to blame for not taking the game seriously from the get-go. It's what put you in that situation at the end of the night. If you take care of business early, you're not having to play a clutch game. By the way, they lose another clutch game. They have a losing record in the clutch this season. What is their record in the clutch? I've got it right in front of me. They're now 17-19 in clutch games. 17-19. So it's not a question of when it happens or if it happens. It's going to happen. And you take your cue from your best players. And I thought their best players last night did not give them the proper cues.
Yeah. I agree.
And that's a problem. And you know what? We shower. Listen, you guys know me. We have showered Nikola Jokic with gifts upon gifts since he's been here. He's been the greatest thing to happen to Nuggets basketball ever.
I thought I did.
Ever, right? Ever. I think he can go home last night and take ownership of that.
For sure.
I would hope he can.
Yeah.
I would hope he can.
That has to be a game, Vic, where your $1 billion guy just says, enough of this crap. We're winning this game. We got in at 4 a.m, but we're winning. We're going home. We're going to sleep.
Well, you can't win if your best player, who is bigger than everybody on the court, only takes 3 shots in the first half.
Agreed.
We can't be doing this. I don't know what that is. I don't know what is that. Explain that to me. What is that? And people will counter by saying, well, you can't blame the offense. They scored 60 points at halftime. Yes, you can. It's a tone. It's not about getting the points. It's how you get the points.
Yeah.
It's establishing yourself.
I know people yell at me a lot about style points, but I've mentioned this before. Ultimately, what's the most important thing? Getting the win. Yes. Style points matter from, I think, a confidence standpoint. I think when you are winning and it looks right, it gives you just this sort of ease in the back of your head that you're doing things correctly. And when you squeak out victories or you have games like this, again, the Nuggets are 14 games above 500. That's not a bad basketball team. Then why does it feel so bad? It feels so bad because you see it. You see that it doesn't look right. It just doesn't. It doesn't look like a team that behaves or acts as if they are championship level.
I didn't hear from any of the players last night because nobody spoke after the game. At least we didn't have it on our.
Yeah, I didn't hear either.
I didn't hear anything. I'd love to hear what they had to say because, again, you look back at it, and I'm done now looking at these games, each one, what it means to the playoff run and the playoff seedings and all that. But a game like this, let's say they finish tied with the Lakers. Let's say they finish strong. They finish tied with the Lakers, but they lose out on the number 3 seed. This is the game.
Yeah.
That's
games
the game.
like this. Join Altitude Sports Radio and the crew at Buffalo Rose and Golden today to watch the tournament, win some great prizes, play Pop-A-Shot, and have a great time at the oldest bar in Colorado. We'll see you at Buffalo Rose starting at 10. Another matchup here in the Brett region of the Drop Tournament. It is 7 versus 10. The 7 seed is...
Welcome back to the Brett Kane Hour. Brett Kane has passed away. He's no longer with us. Welcome back. Brett Kane, no longer with us. I'm Mark Bertinoli, filling in this morning.
Just such a Berto thing to do.
It totally was, dude.
That goes against the 10 seed.
But you were gone a long time. It seemed like you were dead.
I don't think that was for that.
That was over the summer when you were taking some time.
That goes against the 10 seed, which is?
These kicking balls that they changed this year have drastically changed the kicking game.
Is the shape different?
No, the kicking balls, and you can ask Clay about it when he gets in here, but in years past, the officials would rub them down or other people would rub them down and you play with them. Now the balls are in-house all week, and they kick those balls that they've had and nobody else touches them.
My favorite part about that is how East Coast, he says, play with them. You play with them. So if you want the 7 seed to move on, you text in passed.
Brett Kane has passed away. He's no longer with us.
If you want the 10 seed to move on, you text kick.
And they kick those balls that they've had and nobody else touches them.
So,
why does that make you laugh so hard? Is it the way Fangio says it or what he's saying?
I think it's just Fangio's voice saying it is what makes me laugh. It's coming out of him.
I miss me a good Vic Fangio quote from time to time.
Yeah. So
people would rub them down and you play with them.
Play with them. It's like my favorite thing.
That's my favorite thing too. Play with them.
Text the word passed or kick, depending on what you want to move forward. Back after this.
You know, it's days like this. Go ahead, Brett. I'm sorry. I know you have something to read. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to remind people that you have 40 minutes to enter the Not Another Bracket Challenge at altitudesportsradio.com/notabracket. You can win dinner for two tickets and a catered suite to the first Nuggets home playoff game, and an autographed Jokic jersey. Pick 5 teams and you're entered. It's presented by Groove Toyota. Start here, go anywhere. On Broadway, in Inglewood, or online at groovetoyota.com. But go to altitudesportsradio.com/notabracket to enter now. The deadline is in 38 minutes. So if you're not in, get in.
Vic. It's days like this that I struggle to maintain my composure, but I'm a pro, so I'm going to do it. But an example, the 7-6-5 one. The Avs didn't play well. Had they played well, they would have won.
Yeah, they played great.
You know, but
they just didn't score well.
I don't know.
There's two different things you could say. They played great. They didn't score great.
Okay. The 7-6-5 one. I don't know if they're just trying to be provocative, push my buttons, our buttons, or they truly believe that. But 7-6-5-1, thank you for listening. If you truly believe the words that you typed out, then you're a moron. Okay, that's number one. Number two, Loretta, relax. I don't care about your bets from last night.
Okay.
Cool, Carl.
Okay, that's all I got. Okay, I'm good.
To go back to that first text, I've said this before. If you think that the only way you can assess whether a team played well or not is based upon a win, then you just haven't played organized sports before. You haven't. Because there are plenty of times in my life, I'm sure in your guys' life, where I felt like I've played great, the team's played great, and we've lost. There's plenty of times where we've played like dog vomit, and we've won. And that doesn't mean that everything's good because you won the game and it's all A-okay. You know you have things to correct. Mm-hmm. And that's in the case for the Avs last night. They played a great game, and they lost. And that happens when you play good teams.
All right, I promised I would play this. Kyle is blowing up my phone. Kyle Keefe said, I didn't sleep after the Avs game last night. This is Kyle. And I'm used to him not sleeping after games because I have that same curse. But he said, play this video. Don't listen to it till you play it on air. I have no idea what this video is. It's from his nest. Looks like in the front of his house. So this is why he could not sleep last night. We will listen to this for the first time. I asked him, is this television or radio ready? He said, yes. Here it is.
Is that a cat?
What?
Is that a bird or a cat?
What? It sounds like somebody's getting whipped.
What is that?
What is that?
What are we doing?
Kyle, now you have to. What is that?
No, Brett has a better point. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I don't know. You told me to do it.
And you got to go to your bedroom 2 minutes for being bad.
Shut him off.
No, wait. It's actually a good segue. Hey, blood donations are needed every day to help patients in Colorado. So join Vitalant and the Nuggets to save lives this March. Schedule your donation at vitalant.org/Denver Nuggets or at any Vitalant donation center. You can win an autographed Nuggets jersey. Go to vitalant.org/Denver Nuggets.
Brett, it's right here. Brett, the pain is, look at, right here. It's above my right eyebrow. Ow.
Speaking of blood-curdling screams, blood is needed. Yeah, all right.
Let me go back.
The hell is, what was that? You wasted 3 minutes of our show, Kyle.
No.
No, you
This
did.
is not a Kyle thing. This is a Vic Impulse thing.
Oh, he told me what it is. Ooh, a raccoon was being eaten by an owl.
Oh, no way. An owl got a raccoon?
Apparently so.
Wow, that's
wicked. You live in the woods? You live in Denver.
I know. That's wicked, though, man. Dude, a raccoon will fight. That's a pretty wicked owl.
That owl took it down.
Damn. That's amazing.
I'm going to ask this again. What are we doing?
I don't know, man, but I like owls.
We're letting people understand nature.
There's an owl.
That's nature.
I live out kind of by some open area. There's an owl around my neighborhood, and like at nighttime you can hear it go. You or that. Whoo, whoo, whoo. It's pretty awesome.
Can I ask this one more time? What are we doing?
Okay, back to our discussion.
By talent.
Okay, shut him off. Back to our discussion. Do you recall, Brett, the 2013 Masters? Do you recall that at all?
Not off the top of my head.
The 2013 Masters, Tiger Woods, round 2, 15th hole. Tiger Woods hits a perfect shot to the flagstick. Hits the flagstick and the ball ricochets off into the water. Now, does that mean Tiger didn't hit a good shot? No, he hit a great shot. Hit the flagstick. Things happen in sports. The puck went up Ottinger's arm sleeve body thing. It went in him.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Hey, you're preaching to the choir here, Moj. I don't know what you're yelling at. I mean, most rational people saw what they saw last night. The Avs played a great game. They just didn't win the game.
Dude,
there's a difference.
Dude, in Winnipeg, the puck hits Iafallo in the gut. And he goes, what? And then it goes right on his stick. I mean, come on, man. It's going to change. They're going to go to Chicago today. They're going to play the Blackhawks tomorrow night. They're going to smoke them like Willie Nelson would smoke a doobie. And then they're going to take that and parlay that on the road.
Moj, all that game did for me last night is it pushed the narrative that this is what it's going to be. It's going to be, whether you like it or not, the Avs and the Stars for the Western Conference. That's what it's going to be. And it's going to come down to the last game. And it could come down to a last shot. And that's what it is. So now you're going to spend the next month and a half just gearing yourself for that. Just prepare for it. Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's going to hear it. It's what it is. Last night we got a this is what it is. And it's going to be nerve-wracking. And it's going to be anxiety-filled. And sometimes you're going to sound like a raccoon being eaten by an owl. But that's what it is.
I didn't know that owls would actually hunt raccoon. Rabbits and stuff, sure, but a raccoon? Hey, McKinnon last night talking about the game.
Yeah, I thought it was a good game by us. It was a good process. You're not going to win every night, even when you play well. So lots of positives to take away from the road trip.
Kel McCarr had a lot of the same things to say. Look, man, we played really well. If we do that, we're going to be just fine. And I think, Vic, for their own sanity, to put together a defensive structure like that, great attacking structure. Mm-hmm. They had 34 shots on goal. They had another 20 blocked. They outchanced them. They outshot them. They out everythinged the Dallas Stars.
Moser, what did they do differently defensively? Why did they look so much more sound on the defensive end than they did the previous two games?
Because they gave a crud. Because they actually paid attention.
All right.
To detail. The detail in their game last night, the gap cover. I mean, everything they did was really, really, really well. They did it really good.
And they played with physicality, too. It was...
Yes.
So an update here on our drop tournament. We'll get to our last matchup here in a few minutes, but a matchup from earlier that we just had, the 7 versus 10. Berto saying Brett Kane no longer with us.
What happened?
And Vic Fangio talking about kicking balls and playing with them. It's tied. So what you need to do now is go to @BrettKaneRadio on Twitter. We have the Twitter poll tiebreaker. So go vote @BrettKaneRadio on Twitter, and that's how we will decide which one moves on for that specific matchup. Get to another one in just a little bit. As far as what's in store today, when we get off the air at 10 o'clock, you are going to have wall-to-wall coverage, NCAA tournament, all the madness going on for the rest of the day on 92.5. How is this a day where you're all parking yourself in a chair and not moving? Is that what we're doing today?
Well, here's my question to you.
I have to work today.
Yeah. What do you have to do?
I'm interviewing J.J. Barea after this. I got some other stuff going on. There's few of us in the Altitude family that actually have other jobs at work.
That's
the rest
true.
of us just chill.
I thought today might just be a chill day, though, for you.
Not for me.
After the show.
Good for
I'm
you.
more of a chill guy.
Here, Brett, if you and I had today off,
yeah,
I'm going to leave Vic out of this because he does his own thing. Vic, by the way, I described you yesterday. You're a good hang in the right circumstance. You're a very good hang. This isn't one of them. What would you and I be doing right this second at 9:30 in the morning? First tip coming up here at 10.
What are we doing right now?
Yeah, what would you and I be doing?
Oh, we'd be one deep already.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
We'd probably be already at Buffalo Rose.
Yeah.
Or we'd saunter over to Launchpad and see the boys and do our thing. I mean, we'd already be doing that, right? But we're working. We're dedicated.
I'm a working man.
We're here for the people. That's what we do.
So these games, again, they get started at 10 o'clock, and we'll have them all right here on Altitude Sports Radio.
Let me ask you a serious question, because I know that Brett is BSing everybody.
Of what?
Brett is wearing his golf clothes. You're playing golf today.
I didn't say I was doing that today.
Yeah, so I don't want you to
today.
paint this narrative that, oh, look at me, I'm going to go watch games. Everybody get excited for the tournament.
Never
Be
said
like me and go watch games. You ain't watching crap today. You're going to go play golf.
I never said that.
Yeah, but that's the impression you gave. Let's be honest.
I didn't give any impression that I was going to go somewhere.
And you know what?
I said, what are you guys going to do?
I'm all there with you. I'd rather play golf too.
It's 85 degrees.
I wish I could. I have to work. Some of us work.
This is working. I'm, making contact, stuff like that. That's what we're trying to do over there.
I need to ask you guys. There are 12 games to go in the Nuggets season. 12 games to go.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm at that point now where I've crossed the line to here's what I need them to do. Do this, do this. I'm not doing that anymore. They have to prove to me that they are championship material now.
I don't think that they can prove that anymore.
Well, they can, but I'm just wondering what that means in these 12 games. Or do you just wait until the playoffs now? Do these 12 games, do they even matter?
Well,
let me ask you this. Do these games and playoff positioning and what seed you are, because right now they're the 6th seed, right now. Right now in the first round it would be Nuggets-Lakers. You realize that?
Yeah.
Nuggets-Lakers if things stand. So is there anything they can do in these next 12 games to prove to you, or is that just forget about it, get to the playoffs, and then talk to me then?
This is what I just told you. I was like, I don't think they can prove anything in 12 games.
Okay.
I think that it's just, I have resigned myself to the fact that this is not a championship caliber team because they have not shown that over the course of this season. And look, if they get in the playoffs and then they have something that they've turned on that I haven't seen
they would
all
have to
year,
overcome
then okay.
a lot of trends. I mean, years and years. I mean, I've seen all these numbers statistically. If you're not in the top half defensively, you're not going to win an NBA championship. Well, they're not in the top half. If you're a certain seed, you're not going to win. If you're this, you're not going to win. So right now, everything is checked. Every mark is checked. Somebody texted, well, you guys overlooked the fact that in 2023 they sort of stumbled down the stretch. In 2023, they were the number 1 seed.
They gave up.
They didn't need to do anything.
They rested guys.
In 2023, there was no need to play hard down the stretch. Right now, they're 13 games out of first place. Are you kidding me? You can't compare the two.
They aren't. See, here's the thing. Mose, when the Avs got close to the Olympic break, they lost games. And that, I said, you know what? They're just looking ahead. They see a break in the schedule. They had a comfortable lead, which, in hindsight, it's kind of what burned them because that's when Dallas went on their run, and then they closed the gap a little bit and then continued to close. But they saw that break, and they're like, you know what? We could all tell the effort that was given in the first few months of the season was not quite there the last 2 weeks before that break.
Sure.
Plus injuries to Landeskog and Lehkonen,
Taves.
stuff like that.
Well, Taves.
Sorry, Taves. But it's like, to me, I understood it. The Nuggets have been this team the entire year.
They absolutely have.
This is
Correct.
not out of character.
Their behavior has not changed from day one to
No.
today. We've been waiting, Vic. We've been waiting for the behavior to change.
It's funny you say that because
they're the same team they have been.
It's so funny you say that. The very first game of the season, what happened? Very first game. Game 1.
Why can't I remember?
It's October.
Was it a close loss?
They were leading against Golden State at Golden State.
That's right.
Aaron Gordon had 50 points. They had the game won.
Mm-hmm.
They fell apart down the stretch and lost in overtime.
Yep.
So what's happened throughout the course of the season?
Same thing.
It happened day 1.
Yep.
They've been the same all year. All year. And that's sort of my issue. By the way, some breaking news, guys. Did you see this? The Broncos have signed somebody from outside the organization.
Again?
What do you mean, again?
Well, they traded for Jalen Waddle.
They traded.
Who
I'm
is
saying
it?
Signed somebody, free agent.
Why'd you say breaking news? This happened already.
No, it didn't.
Who is it?
It's Tyson Anderson, special teamer from Cincinnati. It was reported by somebody that it happened last night. It did not. He had an offer on the table. It was not signed.
Nobody cares.
It's officially signed now. Nobody cares me. It's their first signing outside the organization.
By the way, we've got great horned owls here in Colorado. Do you realize they can take down skunks, woodchucks, cats, and dogs? Did you know that? A great horned owl? Geese?
Our last matchup in the drop tournament is the 2 versus 15 in the Brett region. The number 2 seed is... Order online, Safeway does the rest. Get great deals and free delivery and easy pickup.
Get it out.
I'm trying to find the read. And I got people throwing things around me at this desk. I'm just trying to do my job. Sorry about that.
A Safeway.
Get easy delivery or free pickup with the same great deals. Get started at Safeway.com or in the Safeway app. Safeway Fresh Foods. Local flavors. Can also watch on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and don't miss anything from Denver's #1 sports station, Altitude Sports Radio, number 25. Coming up next, we got a whole bunch to talk about today. Is that spitting it out for you? Number 25. That goes against a 15 seed, which is... Did ultra journalist Jeff Legwald, Moj, just drop a Dre Greenlaw's a slow healer on all?
Kinda.
Is that what he just did? I think...
No, you're doing the radio thing now. You know, where you carve up the pie and you get the piece you want. Yeah, the whole radio thing. That. You know, it would be better if you just shouted immediately. You know, just start shouting.
So you decide what moves on. You text the word number if you want number 2 to go on. You can also watch on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and don't miss anything from Denver's #1 sports station, Altitude Sports Radio, number 25. It's really hard to do a read when somebody's making those noises around.
Safeway numbers.
I can't believe we played a live rendition of an owl killing a raccoon on the air.
Okay.
If you want the 15 seed to move on, you text radio.
No, you're doing the radio thing now.
So both of those, the 303-504-0925, you decide what moves on. Get the results of this in just a moment. Stay around.
The NCAA tournament always means it's the start of spring, man. It's going to be 80s in Denver this weekend. And then summer's going to be here. Guys, don't you want to feel better? Don't you want to feel like you used to feel? Are you dealing with low testosterone? Do you even know it? Maybe you have some bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. A lot of guys go, well, I'm just kind of getting up there. You can get back your vigor and vibrancy at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. I did. I absolutely love my low T treatments. You can too. And right now they've also got 4 targeted body composition plans. They got the NAD+, the GLP-1, the PDAs, and the GH peptides, and more. All designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, accelerate fat loss. That can be you. Most guys wait a year or longer. There's no need to do that. Call them today. Find out what they can do for you. 720-440-7900. That telephone number again, 720-440-7900. Or go online and see everything they do, and it's a lot, at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
All right, 15 minutes away from the opening to the NCAA tournament that you can hear all day right here on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. We'll get the results of our drop tournament today in, we'll say, 5 minutes. Now, in the meantime, it looked like you had something to say, Vic. Go ahead.
I'm just I'm curious. How do you watch the tournament? For those of you watching, if you're not going to be attending one of the fine establishments where we will be all day, if you're sitting at home, whatever, how do you watch the tournament? In years past, well, first of all, you just went to CBS. Then you went to CBS and TBS, TNT, and then some of these other channels came into play. I don't even know.
True TV.
True TV, all this stuff. Now, don't you just download that NCAA app?
So I'm playing golf today. I'm going to do that on my phone.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it because you can get all 4 screens. And is that how everybody watches now? I mean,
I also got to, so my wife is a big Husker football fan. She doesn't care about, and volleyball and softball. That's her thing. She doesn't care about this basketball. Why are you rolling your eyes? You know, you've become such a curmudgeon as you have aged. You know that? Moser doesn't like anything anymore, Vic. Everything makes him mad now.
Don't talk to me about the Corn, the Lakers, or the Dodgers, and I'm cool.
No, all I was going to say was she doesn't care about the basketball game. But Nebraska's a 4 seed. They're, I believe, the only Power 5 team in the history of college athletics to not have an NCAA tournament win.
That's crazy. What are they, 0-8 in this tournament? That's crazy to me.
If they don't win today, when the hell are they gonna? And that game, I think it's one of the early ones. I think it's at like 10:40 today. They're taking on Troy. So a 4 versus 13.
If you can't beat Troy, then just go home. Go milk.
Seriously, though, how impossible is it that a Power 5 team that's been around since the 1800s does not have a single tournament? Like, not one.
Well, that's why we love sports, right? That's exactly why things happen that you never expect to happen. It's the best reality show going. Things happen that make you mad, make you happy, make you wonder, make you angry.
Is there this? What?
Make you wonder about nature and the. No, man. Look, I want some upsets. They don't come as much as they used to. And I want some buzzer beaters. Is that too much to ask?
For example, as a texter pointed out, how in the world do the Nuggets give up 39 points in the third quarter to the Memphis Grizzlies last night?
I was so mad. I don't know, Vic, but I was so mad.
A lot of times what you could do is say, here, take this basketball and run the other way. That happens. That can do it.
Ugh.
They lost 8 in a row.
Yeah.
Half of their roster are names you've never heard of.
And this isn't even like a question. This is a must, okay? I must have at minimum a 12 seed has to win today. I would prefer a 13 or a 14. But I need to have an upset. Just give me an upset at some point in this thing and give me like the little engine that could team.
You have to have that Cinderella?
I have to in this thing. If I don't and it's like chalk, I'm like, oh.
I think you're going to get more than you think because, again, Miami of Ohio already gave you an upset last night. A lot of people didn't think Miami of Ohio would beat
They were 34-1, man.
Moser, a lot of people didn't even want him in the tournament. A lot of people thought SMU would wax him.
But that's not like a 13 versus a 4. I mean, they're both playing teams going for an 11 seed. They won 33 of 34 games.
I think you're playing with me, Vic. You're not a serious person. You're not a serious person.
I love you, but you're not.
In what manner am I not a serious person? I've been very serious this morning. I've been too serious.
Okay,
I've been serious to the point where I need to back off a little bit.
Are you serious?
Napoleon. Listen, my bad. They were 31-1. They lost in their conference tournament, but they were undefeated through the regular season. And into their tournament, then they lost in their conference tournament. They were 31-1. They were a good team. I know that people, to quote, didn't want them in, but those people are morons. I'm talking about, I'm with Brett. I'm 13. I want a 13.
Hey, give me a 13
Give me
today.
a 13.
Give me
Is that
13.
too much?
Who are the 13s in action today? Let's see. These brackets, they don't have
Troy
times
against Nebraska.
Yep.
That's one. You've got number 14 Penn against number 3 Illinois.
You got North Dakota State and Michigan State. That'd be fun.
Here's a 13 that plays tomorrow. What is California Baptist?
It is the Baptist school in California.
They're playing Kansas tomorrow.
Kansas is going to do one of two things. They're either going to make the Final Four or they will lose immediately.
100%.
Because that's all they do.
Yeah.
They're in Riverside.
All right. So let's get an update on our drop tournament bracket and what happened in the bracket.
Nelly monitors the mistakes in today's Fact Checker. Fact Checker. Presented by Backus and Shanker. Serious lawyers for the seriously injured.
So, 1 versus 16. The 1 seed is me saying to Vic, I think it's adorable. You're at midlife. The 16 seed is They Conned Me from Steve Ballmer. The winner is...
When you have a midlife crisis, you do certain things that sort of go against the grain, things you wouldn't normally do. A couple of years back, I bought my Vespa, my hog. I'm a rider now. I ride.
It's adorable. You think you're at midlife. So that moves on. The 8 versus 9. 8th seed is Stephen Ross, forgetting the name of his head coach, Jeff, versus the 9 seed, Dion. Common sense. The winner is...
Enthusiasm, the knowledge, the background, Jeff.
That is an owner introducing his brand new head coach. The 5 versus 12, the 5 seed, and now I have nothing against... Yeah, okay. The winner is...
These guys, this Nico, they finished with my dreams, okay? And this place, American Airlines, the Mavericks, this was my safe place. And now I have nothing.
I love this guy.
I love that guy.
4 versus 13, inbred bunion thumbs versus Mendoza's voice crack. The winner is...
I want to give all the glory to God. We were never supposed to be in this position, but by the glory of God, the great coaches, great teammates, everyone we have around us, we were able to pull this off.
It was such a strong race. We were all running so fast, multiple running into 50, so I knew I had to go out fast.
So there's your 13th
That's
seed. The
so
13th
good.
seed moves on.
I'm glad because we're not openly promoting bunion shaming, which is
agreed.
an odd thing to do.
Agreed. That was it. You were really harsh that day. Unreasonably harsh on Vic's inbred thumbs.
Well, I apologize. 6 versus 11, the 6th seed, your own little internet shows from Sean Payton versus Michael Parshin. The winner is...
Of all the players that I've ever negotiated with, Michael Parson is as savvy and knowledgeable and understanding of his financial business.
So there you go. Jerry Jones moves on. Then we have a 3 versus 14. Are you winning a championship? Versus Emeka Egbuka. The winner is...
Rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka.
The 7 versus 10. Berto saying Brett Kane no longer with us versus Vic Fangio's kicking balls. This was tied on the text line. It went to a Twitter poll tiebreaker, and the winner is...
Welcome back to the Brett Kane Hour. Brett Kane has passed away. He's no longer with us. Welcome back. Brett Kane, no longer with us. I'm Mark Bertinoli, filling in this morning.
That's unbelievable.
You know what's funny is that nobody really cared. Nobody actually queried. There was no sympathy card sent. Nothing.
And then the 2 versus 15, the me doing a horrible Twitch read with number 25 at the end of it versus Jeff Legwald saying, you're doing the radio thing. The winner is...
No, you're doing the radio thing now. Where you carve up the pie.
Leggy with the upset as a 15 seed. So we go to the Nelly region tomorrow, but again, tournament action all day right here, Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. You have 5 minutes if you haven't entered the Not Another Bracket challenge. That is altitudesportsradio.com/notabracket. A chance to win dinner for 2 tickets and a catered suite to the first Nuggets home playoff game, and an autographed Jokic jersey. All you got to do is pick 5 teams and you're entered, but 5 minutes to do so. AltitudeSportsRadio.com/notabracket. All the other boys, by the way, going to be at Buffalo Rose today in Golden for all the tournament action.
Nelly is very intent on hitting this exactly at the right time.
I know, he
so that
said
we
the
get
same
to
thing to me,
top of the
like,
hour.
what does this mean
well,
to me?
He's back timed it so that when we play through things, we get right to the top of the hour and the tourney starts on time perfectly. But now we've got 1 minute and 3 seconds.
I think he got into my ear and said, we drop at 56:30. Like, what the hell is that? What do you want me to do about that?
Just let Brett do his job. Let Brett cook. That's what I'm saying.
I thought it was 56:50. See, now Vic's confusing me. I don't know what time we're supposed to get out now. Is it 50 or 30?
You can take your pick, and I'll just let this tournament music ride. Because, by the way, when you talk about sports themes, like, this song is so underrated in the canon.
That's why you want to hit it on the button. You want to open it up, that big NCAA open.
Nothing is as good as Monday Night Football, nor will it ever be.
What? Yeah, it's really good. All right. iTunes, Spotify, Moser, Lombardi, and Kane is where you can find the podcast. Remember, we're back tomorrow.
Talk to you from Chicago.
Talk to you from Chicago, Moj, and go see the boys over at Buffalo Rose in Golden for all the tournament action today. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. See you.